Hello everyone, Sharice Johnson Moore here, your hope builder, lifting you out of your sorrow by guiding you to see the Christ within through scripture and practical applications. Hello everyone and welcome to Entrepreneurial Corners, where today's topic we will be talking about the 5 steps of exposure for your business. Exposure for your business is important, but what are the most important steps that you really need to consider when it comes to exposure for your business? All right, come on, let's get into these 5 steps of exposure for your business and let's do this. Okay, come on now, let's get busy. Hello, everyone's. Hello, Sharice Johnson Moore here, your hope builder, lifting you out of your sorrow by guiding you to see the Christ within through scripture and practical applications. And welcome to Entrepreneurial Corners. How is everyone doing it today? How's everyone doing? I know it's Sunday. Everybody, you either watching the game or you chilling or you relaxing and you're getting yourself prepared for the week coming. But I want to say it is an honor and a privilege to be here today and to bring you the message of the day, right? So the message of the day is 5 steps of exposure for your business. 5 steps. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 steps. Five. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 steps, right? And you know, I really see this as a thing with entrepreneurs that I see on Facebook and I see on Instagram and I see on um you know I see on all the little on the social media apps. And I will go. I'm be honest with you. I'm trying to find guests to be on my show, Entrepreneur Corners, right? On this show here. But nobody wants to come on the show. And I'm sitting there like, why? I mean, I guess, I'm gonna say it like this, right? Some people may be shy when it comes to their business, and that's the way they do their business, but you can't stay in the shadows forever. I learned that from Audrey Richmond. Okay, if y'all don't know who that is, please go look her up. Audrey Richmond. She is a marketing strategist guru. Okay, she's a marketing and strategist. That is her business. She's a marketing strategy expert. Audrey Richmond. And I've been taking notes from her for a long time since she first started, like 2014. Okay, this 2022, 23. So she's been around a minute. I started my business in 2015. And that was one reason why I had came up with the concept of the 4 shows I have. Because I wanted to gain exposure in social media, YouTube, got Twitter, you got TikTok, you got Twitch, you got so many ways of telling people your story. And you do not have to hide in the shadows anymore, right? But I really want to say this to entrepreneurs. Stop hiding. Stop hiding behind this perfection type thing. It's no, that's not good enough for me, or no, that ain't the way I want to do it. And I because I noticed this about a lot of entrepreneurs, that these people that claim to be entrepreneurs, they're sitting here hiding behind a title. They say hide behind a title. I don't see them advertise. I don't see them market anything. I don't see them say anything on their page about their business. How am I supposed to know who you is? Excuse my French, but I'm country. How am I supposed to know who you is? Okay, that's how I put it. Because the reason why I created this show was to showcase entrepreneurs coming out of the gate, where you need, the exposure that you need. Do your show, do it. Okay, so that's why I created this show. Create this show and other shows are to come for the new year for some new stuff. Entrepreneur Corners was created solely for an entrepreneur to showcase their products or services. And I want to say this: who is anybody gonna know who you is if you don't want to do an interview? If you don't want to do a show, you don't want to come on air and showcase your products, but you expect to keep popping in people's DMs to get them to do a show. Yes, I understand. That's how we gain our business. That's a form of marketing. But after a while, if you're on Facebook and you're not advertising or Facebook ads, or you're not advertising Instagram ads, you just basically to the same people that's following you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I had a coach tell me to my coach. She told me to pick 5 people a day to follow. Pick 5 people a day to go and follow. Pick 5 people a day to follow them, or they following you. Pick 5 people. 5 people a day, or okay, 5 people a day. That's 20 people a week. Okay. And see where that works. Okay. But let me get into the topic. I want to talk about five steps of exposure for a business. Advertise. Advertisement can be, you can advertise on a podcast with a audio ad, 160-second ad. Okay. I don't know if you listen to my podcast, but I do have an advertisement for it. Or for authors extra study, I have an ad say authors. If you are a new or an experienced author, you want to come in and get on Authors Extra Sunday. It has a reaching value of 4.25 million people, or something to that extent. It's an ad. Tell you ad, right? And you got to get people to visually hear you on an audio ad. Okay, you can also make a commercial for your business. Commercial don't have to be but wait 1 or 2 minutes, right? So we got podcast audio ads, we got commercials, which are maybe 1 or 2 minutes, okay? Or you can do live broadcasting, like I'm doing now, a live skit or live activity, or you working on something in your business at that moment in time. We just pop on the screen and say, all right, come on, let's sit down and talk. I got something to show you, da da da. I got a new product for you, or something like that, or I got something coming out, or it's an intro, or you talk about a launch of a product, or a new product or something. That will work. So we got podcast audio ads, we got commercials, we got live broadcasting. What else? Newsletters. Newsletters. Okay, newsletters. Now, if you have a following on your Facebook, or your Instagram page, or you have people come in and join your live broadcast, you could let everybody know I want to get your email address so I can keep you abreast of what I will be doing on a periodic basis. Newsletters. That's a good way to collect email addresses. Okay. Or when you want to advertise new products, things of that nature. Okay. And live events, vendors events. Like you have like an assistant go with you, and you setting up, and she taking pictures of you setting up, and then you where whatever your product is. But it might be oils, it might be cologne, it might be spray, it might be a new toilet product, it might be something that you created, whatever your product or service is, and you want to bring it to the people. It's good to do vendors events because anybody gonna know you sitting at home. Excuse my French, but I'm just being honest. Okay, so get out, do something that is out of the norm. Like I create my own commercials. I create my own audio ads. I create my own. Everything is me. I create this because I don't have nobody but me. I don't have no team. I don't have assistant. I don't have this. I don't have none of that. Um, because I pace myself with what I do. And what I have learned in what I do, my business has evolved from author to motivational speaker to gospel artist to podcaster to executive producer of 4 shows and now on a streaming channel. And child, that's a lot. That's a lot. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you. Yes, I have days I am tired, I am worn out, but it is well worth it. But you got to put the work in. Entrepreneurs, you got to put work in. You do. You just do. Oh my God. Okay. How can I say this? Faith without works is dead. I talked about that in the morning word of worship this morning. Faith without works is dead. If you ain't gonna do no work, you can't have. How you gonna have faith and you not stepping out on the faith that you supposed to? That you got to do something to bring people in. You gotta let the people know what you're doing. And you're only blocking yourself. You're only blocking yourself when you don't do interviews, when you don't do a podcast interview, when you don't do a podcast ad, when you don't do an interview on a different type of show. Somebody wants to say, "Ooh, I like your product," and then you tell them, "Oh, can we put this off because of such and such and such?" Okay. No, God does not give us opportunities just to sit on them and squander them away. You got a business. Okay. I know some people are shy. Y'all got to get out your shyness. Get out of being shy. Get out of, oh, I want this to be perfect. I want it to look like this. I want to do, I want. Look, when I first started my business and I started doing these lives, I was doing them at my kitchen table. I started off with one program. That was morning word and worship. That was every morning. Every morning. On Facebook. I started on Facebook. Okay. But I decided I wanted to do more, and I got to do other things, and I got into other things like podcasting, and I got into other. It slowly evolved of what God asked me to do when it came to me opening up about the person I was, because I was so used to people critiquing me. I didn't want the negative comments to come at me. When I grew up with that insecurity of people critiquing me. And now I look at it as when a person critiques me, it tells me something about them and not me. let me tell you. I was growing up. I used to be critiqued about everything I used to do, and it made me really like withdraw from being around people because they made me feel insecure. They made me feel not good enough. They made me feel like, oh well, she thinks she all that. I even had somebody tell me that one time. I had a person tell me that one time. This was like a couple years ago when I first, when I first got into really loving myself. And the person said, "Oh, you think you all that?" I say, "Yeah, I sure do. I'm tell you why. Because I worked hard for this. I worked hard to be the person I have become. I have worked hard. I have had to let go of uh, the critique of, feeling judged by people. I had to put aside that a persona of, no, I don't think I'm good enough to be in front of the camera. No, I don't look good enough. No, my teeth are messed up. No, this or no to that, and, and my hair and look, you gonna get what you now. I got to the point where you gonna get what you gonna get. And if you don't like all this, oh well, that's on you, not on me. Okay. And I had to take that. I had to come to love the person I am. And when you start loving on you, you do not care what people say, what little comments, this nice stuff they got to say, or this or that. And it gets to the point where no, when a person come, when a person comes at you and they're critiquing you and everything that you do, it shows something about them, not you. I know it ain't nothing wrong with me. Like, hey, I got that kind of confidence now. It's like I love me. You can't bring me down off the high I'm on because God made me this way, and I'm finally happy with the person I am. So for all those entrepreneurs that's worrying about what people gonna say, they're gonna critique me looking at this. They're gonna critique me saying this. They're gonna look. You can't make everybody happy, okay? You just ain't gonna do it. So stop thinking that. Stop thinking that you got to make everybody happy when you're in front of a camera. No, they judge a president. So what's the difference? It's always something about something he doing. Or so some people just ain't gonna be happy, baby. They just like misery. Okay. So my thing to you is be you, love you, love the way God made you as an entrepreneur. God did not make no mistakes. God made you the way He made you for a specific reason. Okay? And for all those naysayers and people that treated you kind of crappy when you was growing up, and now that's showing in your personal life and it's showing the way you are. Look, you got to start doing for you. Them people may be gone, dead and gone or something. I ain't got to answer that. Look, I learned. This is one thing what got me was I was so criticized by my grandparents growing up. I didn't think I was good enough for anything. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was smart enough because I was always told I was stupid, I was dumb, I would never amount to anything, things of that kind of conversation, right? And the older I got, I was like, you know what? I know I can do this. I know I can accomplish this. I know I can jump over this hurdle or sail this bump in the road or something like that. And procrastination kills you too. I used to be a real bad procrastinator. I used to procrastinate. I used to procrastinate a lot. I start something, stop. I start something, wouldn't finish. Start something, and that's like, look, I finished now that I've gotten the courage. I gotten the courage since 2015 to live on the life on the terms that God's asked me to live on. Because when you step out of living in man's world, what man wants you to do and what man wants you to have and what man wants, once you stop living for man and living for what God asks you to do, you don't have to answer to them. You don't. I ain't got to answer to you. If you for me, you for me. If you ain't, you ain't. And it's a lot of hey, it's a lot of that going around. Where everybody, oh, you ain't doing this right. You ain't doing that right. You ain't doing it. Okay, well, look, I'm just doing. I'm stepping out on faith. I'm tell you, a lot of stuff I do. I go to God, ask Him. Go to God, ask Him, what should I do? I don't go to man and ask man. I stop going to man because I don't. They ain't got to heaven or hell put me in. Okay. So, like I'm saying, get over your procrastination. Get over the naysayers. Get over the negative people, the negative thoughts, the negative this, and come out the shell that you're in. Do what you gotta do for your business, okay? Because you don't got but one. You got each day. Each day you are given a chance to do something about your business that counts. Where you say you done that. You did this. You did. You and God did this together. God gave you these thoughts. He gave you these ideas. He gave you this. All right, now carry them out. Stop waiting on people permission and stop waiting on to be perfect and stop. Don't do that to yourself because she ain't no more hurting herself. If people don't like it, they don't like it. If they don't, they don't. Come on, that's you know, and it's don't be phony. Please don't. Don't. That's one thing I tell entrepreneurs. If you're not ready for something, don't do that. If you're not ready to step into the zone where you got all your bases covered on a project, get your bases covered. First, second, third at home. Okay? Get those bases covered. Then come out with your product. If you're not don't and I just another piece of advice I want to give you entrepreneurs. If you got an idea, work on that idea first before you bring it to in front of an audience. Work on your ideas before you bring them in front of an audience. Because if you bring it in front of an audience and you don't have it set up and you don't have, and then they come flooding into your website, they be like, wait a minute, you just said you had this, but you don't have that. And that confuses people. That's how you lose. That's how you lose an audience. That's how you lose followers when you lead them somewhere and it's not there. Okay. But step out your shells. Step out of. Take your time. Do if you got to do one if you got to do one thing a day. Do that one thing a day. Do okay. Like you ready to schedule out for a whole week. Say, let's see. Like I had to plan these programs, right? So tomorrow being Monday, I would think on Monday, Tuesday, I would think on Tuesday or Wednesday what I'm going to talk about on Sunday, the following Sunday. Okay, I would think of that. Or tomorrow being Monday, I would think of okay, I gotta upload all these the podcast episodes. So that's what I work on. That's what I would work on for tomorrow. Well, I will make these podcast episodes. I take these live recordings and put them on my podcast. Okay. Then I fix podcast, upload podcast, fix the podcast, put my commercials in it and get everything done and do the engineering and sound and all the intros, outros, all that, for my podcast. Then I share. Then I go and publish the podcast. It'd be done probably by noon tomorrow because and then I have to upload these. I take the videos, take these, download them, then I turn around and upload them to my streaming channel. I do that right after I finish this segment. I'm gonna download this, then turn around and upload it to my Dropbox that goes to my streaming channel. So, and then they'll be uploaded tomorrow by my boss lady that owns the channel, by the owners of the streaming channel that I have. So it'll be up by tomorrow evening. Okay. Tuesday, I think about okay, well, what I'm gonna do for next Sunday. That's the concept I come up with. I always sit there and when I come up with that concept, when I start working on next week, I always ask God first, What should I talk about on all my episodes? I ask God, what should I talk about in my episodes? Okay, I talked about that this morning too. Is God involved in your business? How involved is God in your business? Talk about that on morning word and worship this morning. Because sometimes we leave God out the equation. We start throwing stuff, see if it stick to the wall, and don't stick. It just slide right around, and you be like, "Oh Lord," and that didn't work. And plan out your plan out your stuff. Start planning out your events, planning out your lives, planning out what you're gonna do, plan out your social media, plan out, put a plan to everything, and stop just throwing stuff up against the wall. Think it's gonna stick, cause I know I've been there, done that. That don't work. Okay. Five things, five steps of exposure for your business. Podcast ads, commercials, which may be 1 to 2 minutes, commercials for your business. Interviews. Um, you may want to do live broadcasts on social media. Do your live broadcast, and just get um, just get into a groove of doing everything in a feasible manner. Okay, so we got podcast interviews, we got live broadcasts, we got commercials, we got live vendors events, and sometimes you may want to do a spontaneous, something spontaneous, or say, well, I'm at this event, or always tell people where you're gonna be, a live event. Next time, oh well, I'm gonna be at such place. Y'all gonna find me. Always keep your audience informed about where you're gonna be if you're gonna go somewhere. Okay. All right, babies. I want to love you, and I love you so much, and I thank you for coming in for today's event for Arthur's Excerpt, Entrepreneur Corners. I'm thinking about the next segment. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, Arthur's Excerpt Sunday. We're gonna talk about how you can be a guest on Arthur's Excerpt Sunday. I want to put this out here because I want to get these authors on my show. I mean, why y'all don't want to do interviews? I don't get it. You rather stick your. We'll talk about that when I get there, okay? Because that's another frustrating tip, but that's another frustrating factor for me when it comes to authors. But anyway, we'll talk about our Authors Extra Sunday. I love you and you love me. I love you and you love me. I want to thank y'all for coming out for Entrepreneur Corners. I want to keep going to Authors Extra Sunday. But thank you for coming and viewing my live segment of Entrepreneur Corners. And if you would like to be on Entrepreneur Corners, please give me a call at this email that is on your ticker on the bottom of the page. I am Sharice at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com, or you can call me at 724-570-1153 for further details on how to be on the show. Okay? I greatly appreciate you, and I love you so much, and I appreciate you being here and doing what y'all gotta do, child, because being an entrepreneur ain't easy. It's not. It's not an easy task, and it's something that should not be taken lightly. You have to take in all the factors when you become an entrepreneur, and you can't. Once you step over that boundary of claiming an EIN number, you got to go for what you know. You can't procrastinate. You can't sit around and wait for somebody to say, "Come on, let's do this." You got to jump. You got to jump. Like Steve Harvey said, you got to jump. You got to jump. When you're ready to jump, go ahead and jump, and you put everything into your business. Everything into your business. I don't care what you do. I don't care. You at least post 5 times out of the day. Post it. Posting on your social media. Posting on, do a live, do something in your business once a day that somebody can see you, and you know what? Pre-schedule your posts. If you have Facebook, Instagram, you can pre-schedule your post. Did you know that? Okay, all right. So I love y'all. Deuces. Hello to all my entrepreneurs. My name is Sharice Johnson Moore, and welcome to Sharice Johnson Moore's podcast. Do you have products and services that you want to tell the world about? Well, I have an offer for you. Did you know that when you make a 60-minute voiceover ad and place it in podcasts, that it increases your business awareness by 50% in the marketplace? Voice over ads aren't that expensive. They range from $15 to $25. It all depends on where you place your ad in the podcast. So come on in and place your ad on Sharice Johnson Moore's podcast and tell the world what you have to offer. You can reach me at I am Sharice at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com or 724-570-1153 for further details. Come on, let's tell the world what you are made of. Hello to all my entrepreneurs. My name is Sharice Johnson Moore. I am the owner, CEO of LBM TV. It is a streaming channel that can be located on the C1 Media Network Smart TV app. This app can be located on Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, Android TV, and Google TV. We have advertising spots available for businesses that want to advertise their products or services on our channel. We have an audience of 4.25 million viewers daily, reaching 70 plus countries. We have advertising packages to fit your company's needs. We would love for you to join the LBM family. You can reach us through our email address, lbmtvmedia@gmail.com, or call us at 724-570-1153 for further details. Talk to you soon, and let's advertise, and tell the world what you are made of. Authors. Have you written a book? Are you an experienced author or a new author? Well, I've got news for you. Authors Excerpt Sunday is the perfect start to growing your audience awareness with the public. Authors Excerpt Sunday has interview spots available in many forms. Live broadcasting done on all social media outlets, television, and podcasting. We would love to help you tell the world about your book. You can reach us at I am Sharice at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com or 724-570-1153 for further details. And let's tell the world about your book. All right, everyone. I greatly appreciate everyone for listening to my podcast. Thank you for listening to Sharice Johnson Moore's podcast. And this episode is entitled Entrepreneurial Corners, 5 Steps of Exposure for Your Business. I greatly appreciate everyone for listening, tuning in, and following, subscribing, setting your notifications. And, and I just want to say, I just thank you. I thank you so much, for your love and support of Sharice Johnson Moore's podcast and all that all that, that is going on and doing and coming and going and all, for everything, okay? So, if you're an entrepreneur and you would like to come on Entrepreneurial Corner, and talk about your business, now's the perfect time to get it in. Get it in there, get it in. Because all businesses need exposure no matter how they get it. Whether it's an audio ad, a live broadcast to tell the people about your products and services, what you bring to the table, what you offer your audience, you can never get too much exposure when it comes to your business, okay? So come on over here to Entrepreneurial Corners and get in contact with me, leave me a message in the message box, or you can reach me at my email. I am Sharice at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com for further details, or you can call me at 724-570-1153, 724-570-1153 for further details about how to become a guest on Entrepreneurial Corners. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a nice day, whatever part of the world you are in. Bye, babies.